What's up, guys? So, today I just want to share four things that I wish I would have known sooner that would have saved me so much time along my fitness journey. Before we get into that, I just want to introduce myself for those that aren't familiar with me. My name's Nick. I've been an online coach for the past 3 years. I've helped, over 100 people from, people competing in bodybuilding to just your, everyday guy that just wants to get a little more fit, look a little bit better. The first thing I wish I would have knew sooner is that most people try to diet way too strict. Yes, if you want to be a world-class bodybuilder, you're going to have to get on a really strict prep. But if you're just the average day, gym goer that wants to look a little bit better, then you don't have to be super strict. And if you are super strict, you're likely not going to have, long-lasting results. There's ways to diet so you can still have a social life and still, go eat the things that you want to eat. A lot of times people can get significant results just by swapping ingredients on foods they're already eating or, just making some different food swaps with snacks. People get way too caught up in hitting all the macros. The main two things you want to worry about are calories and protein. The second thing I wish I would have knew sooner is that time under tension is mostly bullshit. You see these people focus on these long sets or long reps, long workouts, so their time under tension is increased. Muscle growth comes from mechanical tension. Mechanical tension is essentially lifting heavy through a full range of motion and on top of that, pushing to failure. Now, the last 5 reps to failure is where the muscle growth actually takes place because that's where the most motor units are being recruited. Doing these longer or slower sets is not recruiting more motor units, it's just causing more fatigue. Yes, don't get me wrong. You still want to control your reps and make sure that you are going slow enough that you're targeting the muscle that you're actually trying to hit. But you don't need to overly slow things down just for time under tension. Which kind of leads me into my third point, which is rest and recovery is super underrated. A lot of people think they need to be in the gym 6 to 7 days a week for 2 to 3 hours to get the results that they're after. The truth is, you have to give your muscles time to recover and grow. That's whenever they're actually growing, is whenever you're resting and recovering. Whenever you're lifting weights, all you're doing is just breaking the muscles down. So if you don't give yourself the proper amount of time to recover, then you're never going to grow to the capacity that you would like. Most people, unless they're taking some special supplement, cannot recover from that type of exercise. But what you can recover from is a 45 to maybe 75-minute session 4 to 5 days a week. Now, I'm still talking about a hard session. You should be pushing to failure on almost every workout to make sure that you are providing enough stimulation to grow. And number four, stop chasing a pump. Just because an exercise gives you a pump doesn't mean that it's actually good for growing muscle. Some of the exercises that give you the best pump are terrible for muscle growth. Like the certain exercises that give you a good pump because the range of motion is limited, well, of course you're going to get a good pump if your muscle's already contracted and you're just contracting it even more. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've hit back and biceps before and been able to get a tricep pump that day. That doesn't mean that I'm actively working my triceps or growing my triceps. That just means that blood flow has been stimulated there. Now that I have my diet locked in and flexible enough that I can stick to it on a day-to-day basis, and now that I know that I don't have to put special emphasis on time under tension and I just need to be training to failure, mostly in the 6 to 8 rep range, except for accessories and movements that put a lot of stress on the joints, and I know that I need to prioritize recovery not only after workouts and between workouts, but also between sets as well. Because if you don't give yourself enough time to recover between sets as well, you're not going to be able to get as much out of that next set as you did the previous set. And I know that I need to pick good exercises that emphasize mechanical tension, not just a pump. I've been able to see so much more progress. It's insane. And all of my clients that are using these strategies, plus all the other strategies I implement as well, in their words, have seen the best progress they've ever seen in their life. If you want results like them, like my client Max, who lost 52 pounds in 4 months while working full time and being in school, or being like my client Jared, who packed on tons of muscle while working 12-hour days, then go ahead and fill out the form down in the description and let's get started.